Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Well, this is just a very quick roundup of the latest sort of news that is around today. Sorry, just need to speaking to Kiam. I just need to switch my phone off. Yeah, this is Saturday night roundup, and we're going to talk about several things today. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Taylor Harwood-Bellis. We're going to talk about Bravo, talk about Thiago Almada, Aymeric Laporte, and Nathan Aki and Danilo. They're the sort of latest sort of bits and pieces of news today. So this is just going to be a very, very quick one, and we'll see who is on. But you'll be able to watch this back. So this is going to be like a quick roundup, 20-minute super chat, all about Man City today. Edward Denham's on. Hi, guys. Alexander Savage, good evening, Andy. Your live streams help us survive these football-less weekends. It's garbage, innit? I'll be honest with you. It's absolute nonsense. Kiam's on. Hi, Andy. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hi, Andy. Abdallah Al-Mami is on. So, I do apologise. I'm full of paint. I've been painting today, so if you see splashes of paint over me, I do apologise. I've just literally just put together this quick live vlog for you guys because we want to give you something every single day. So anyway, Alexander, I'll probably watch the Norway-Spain game. I won't be, mate. I'm just making a curry at the moment, so I'll be getting back to the curry after this vlog. Live from the USA, let's go City, says Tim Lee. Tim Lee, welcome to the channel, mate. Whereabouts in the USA are you? Euro 2020 qualifiers, King AU. Hi, bro. You're new. Who's King AU? Reese, hi, Andy. How are you, mate? Not spoke to you for a while, buddy. Hope you're well. But anyway, we're going to get into the chat, and the first bit of news we're going to talk about today is all about Danilo. So let's have a quick chat about Danilo. Now, Danilo, obviously, as we know, Danilo, we had a bit of a swap deal going on with Cancelo this summer, and it seemed like, according to the reports, that it suited all parties involved, and Juventus were getting rid of a player they didn't want in Cancelo and getting a suitable replacement at the same time, whilst Pep Guardiola was getting an attacking fullback. How this will work out, this deal, I'm not actually sure, but Danilo, meanwhile, was guaranteed playing time in Italy, and that he'd struggled to get during his time at the Etihad. With Cancelo, got the opportunity to move to England and work under Pep Guardiola. For most, it was merely a like-for-like swap between two clubs, with the consensus being that there is very little difference between the two players. I'm not sure about that. That's not an opinion that Victor Pereira, man who has worked with Danilo in the past, shares. He says the former Man City fullback is completely different from the man he replaced, and I agree with him. He says, I'm not joking, Danilo is a top quality fullback. I bought him for Porto in 2011. He was just 21 years old, but at that time his great personality amazed me. We are talking about a very offensive player, Brazilian acrobat who can place himself both on the outside and on the inside along the right wing. He is good with 2 feet, has amazing technique, and in recent years I've also noticed an evolution in terms of tactics, a path that, apart from injury, is definitely carrying on in Serie A. You cannot compare Cancelo and Danilo. They are two absolute top-level players. I know them well, and I appreciate them both. Let's say they are very different in interpreting the same role, but equally valid. Two different solutions for Juventus. Now, when you think about it, and I think I've said this before, I wasn't sure about Cancelo. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't a player that I thought we really needed. Maybe a centre-back was one that we needed, but I've got my doubts about Cancelo, I'll be honest with you. But I would rather have kept Danilo, if I'm being honest. So we'll see. Anyway, back to your comments. Edward Denham, can I have some curry? No, you can't. Just for me, my wife, and my lad. Thanks, I'm in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. What's the weather out there? Is it getting cold, mate, Tim? Alexander Timley, I like the Noisy Neighbours podcast, heard of it. Hi, Andy and guys, Bernard's on, was watching the Persuaders DVD set. The Persuaders, oh my lord. The old Persuaders. Denmark got it, now it's like Curious and more. Says Bernard, Curtis, I was going to say Curious and more? Who's Curious? Cancelo isn't a great defender, I agree. Decent going forward, though, he is. So which leads me on to my next point, and talking about defenders, we're going to talk about Nathan Ake, and again, Ake again is all over it, and another article saying, we said yesterday that it's got 34 million pound buyout clause, but I think that'll go up anyway. And it says over the past year, AFC Bournemouth and Netherlands international Nathan Ake has been linked with numerous Premier League clubs. United, Spurs and Leicester were all linked during the summer. In October 2018, the first link with Man City emerged. The transfer fee has always been quoted around the 40 million figure, as that fee is believed to be linked to a reported buyback clause that former Chelsea club holds. So another something in there that, yesterday we talked about 34 million. According to this report, Chelsea have got a 40 million pound buyback clause in there. However, with Chelsea currently operating under a transfer embargo, that reported clause, if it does exist, is irrelevant. As such, Nathan Ake's apparent asking price has doubled to £80 million, according to a report in the Manchester Evening News. 80 million. I didn't think it'd be that much. I thought 60, 70, 65 tops, but 80 million. Wow. They're claiming that City manager Pep Guardiola has named Ake as the leading candidate, and that's in quotation marks, to improve the reigning Premier League champions' defensive record. That report adds that during Leicester City's interest in Nathan Ake as a potential replacement for Harry Maguire, who moved to Manchester United, in quotes, the Cherries were believed to be holding out for £80 million. Wow. 80 million quid. Nathan Ake. This is the problem we have. We should have gone in for him. We should have gone in for him in the summer. We might have got him for 50, 60 million pounds, but as it stands at the moment, you are probably looking at, if Harry Maguire is 80 million, and look at his performance last night, absolute garbage. You've got to look at that and go, Nathan Ake has got to be worth 60 million. 70 million. So they're going to put a premium because it's January and because it's City. So 80 million, is he worth that? Are we really going to go down that route? I'm not too sure. Let me just go back and have a look at any comments coming in. Let's just go back. Andy, what do you think about Sam Lee? Yeah. Just another journo who just writes stuff. If I'm being honest. Tim Lee says, yeah, it's been cold yesterday, 44 degrees. Wow, that is cold. Colder than here. Ake would be good for the right price. 40 million punt, couldn't do any harm. Don't think we'd get it for 40 million. Ocean Rage, even fellas. How are you, Ocean? Cherries would want about 80 million. Ridiculous. Neil Hanstock, hopefully KDB convinces good friend Toby to come to City in January. You reckon Toby Alderweireld, King AU live from Somali. Oh, Somali. Let's go City. Reece Woodbridge, why are we not trying to get Koulibaly? Easily worth 70 million. You'd never get him for 70 million, mate. Koulibaly would be about 120 million quid, buddy. No chance. Edward Denham, Leicester will quote 75 million for Ake in the summer, if I recall. 80 million allegedly. Anything new Ake I wasn't aware of, just told you about that. Abdallah, outgoings, Otamendi, David Silva, Gundogan, Bravo should be gone in the summer. Incomings, Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake. This isn't fantasy football, mate. Koulibaly, 28. Yeah, 28. Why would you spend 120 million on a 28-year-old? No chance. Absolutely no chance. Kiam reckons we could get Ake for 45 million. We won't go over 60 million for a player. I agree, Mark the Blue. I think if Ake came on the market for 60 million, I think City should go all in for him. 60 million, any more than that, 70, 80 million, forget it. Anyway, on to the next little bit of news, and that is all about Aymeric Laporte. Now, according to Tony Cascarino, former Republic of Ireland international and TalkSport pundit, he's claimed that the Man City start is equal of Liverpool's ace Virgil van Dijk. And remember, Tony Cascarino is actually a Liverpool fan. He said Laporte getting injured was massive to City. That really hurt Man City a lot because he's done what Van Dijk has done for Liverpool. He really made that back four solid. He was a threat aerially, offensively with set pieces. They've got to keep that gap as 8 points because I can only see Liverpool extending it in the months to come, according to Tony Cascarino. So, wow, do you agree? Do you not? I think Aymeric Laporte is right up there, without a shadow of a doubt, with Virgil van Dijk, even though he wasn't on the list, the Ballon d'Or list, but Van Dijk got it because obviously Liverpool won the Champions League. The Champions League is run by UEFA and everything else. It just falls into place, doesn't it? Certainly, if Liverpool won the Premier League and didn't win the Champions League, there's no chance in a million years Van Dijk would have won the Ballon d'Or. Impossible. So, is it any wonder City players are not up for those nominations? Maybe if we win it this season, what are the chances of City player being nominated? Really, I can't see it, if I'm being honest. But anyway, let's have a quick look back at your comments, see what else is coming in, because this is just a quick roundup. Alexander, Andy, what do you think would be the price for Otamendi? I think we could have got 25 million for him in the summer. I reckon 15 million, 20 million tops. Van Dijk was 27. He's great signing. Centre backs, long career, 28 too old. Wouldn't spend more than 80 million on Cabal. You're never going to get him for 80 million, mate. He's got £122 million buyout clause, Reece. How much can we get for him? We need a bruiser, surely. Our scoring network. Find one. Told you, Upamecano. He's the player we should be signing in January. I told you that before, months ago. Edward Denham, I can't see Liverpool extending their lead. Both their previous victories have been fortunate, yeah, and ours have been poor performances. Laporte has more technical ability than Van Dijk, easily the second best centre-back in the world, behind Van Dijk. Liverpool win games in a pathetic way. Oh, let's not be too bitter. Come on. Right, on to the next little bit of news, and that is back to Thiago Almada. And as you know, I've done loads and loads and loads of videos on Thiago Almada. But one of the sagas throughout the summer was about the Portuguese and the Argentine press who kept saying the winger could leave Vélez Sarsfield to join Sporting. For the transfer, we said it before, months ago, the transfer to be possible, it was Man City who would have to pay for the signing and then keep a buying option open to get him from the Portuguese side, and it would all be part of a partnership between Sporting and Man City. As it stood, Almada ended up not moving, even though the Portuguese press keep feeding the rumours here and there, but it seems the player still has Manchester City on his mind. The 80-year-old has spoken to La Red this week, and when asked which club he picked when playing video games, he named Man City. He said, I'm grabbing this taste. All my teammates play. They made me start playing. I didn't have it. I had to buy it now. I always choose Manchester City, he said. The players also claimed that he would like to play in Europe. It's much better there. But obviously he signed this new contract with Vélez and it's going to be really difficult to try and get hold of him now. But it's good to see that the kid still absolutely loves Man City, wants to be at Man City. Let's hope him and his agent can do something about that, and maybe we can get him sometime next summer and then send him on loan. We'll wait and see anyway. So back to your comments. Let's see if there's anything else coming in. Laporta's more technical ability than Van Dijk. Liverpool win games in a pathetic way. What's going on with Muric? Is he getting any playing time? Not really, mate. No. Did that on the vlog yesterday. The only saga I'm interested in is Star Trek. Just get him already. Alexander Savage, that was the name of the last guy you talked about. What was the name? It was Almada. It was Thiago Almada, mate. I did the first one, I think, 2 months ago on Thiago Almada, and then over the last couple of months I've been doing bits and pieces on him, but it seems like he still definitely wants to move. But the club forced him to sign another contract, and it was all to do with him going to Sporting, but City would pay for him, and we'd have an agreement that he can stay on loan at Sporting and then come back to City. It looks like now maybe that'll resurface, let's say, next summer. But he is a top player. There's no doubt about it. And Emmanuel Adebayor, what's up, mate? How are you? Was he our academy player? No, he wasn't. He's at Sellers Bellis Southfield. Sorry. Trying to get my teeth in there. The next one we're going to quickly talk about is Claudio Bravo. Now, Claudio Bravo basically could stay at City beyond the end of this season as he plans for management, according to the MEN. The Chilean goalkeeper was Pep Guardiola's most high-profile signing in the first transfer window at the Etihad, controversially, as we know, replacing Joe Hart. But he struggled to impress and lost his place in the starting lineup to Willy Caballero before the season was over, and then Edison obviously joined. But Bravo is approaching the final 6 months of his contract, and the club and the Blues have brought in a number of goalkeepers since that will be looking to push Edison for a place in the team. We've obviously got Zach Steffen, Muric, both season-long loans at Fortuna Dusseldorf and Nottingham Forest, as we spoke about yesterday. But City's director of football said a decision has not been made on whether Bravo, who missed most of last season with an injury, will remain at the club next season, but hinted that the 36-year-old could go into management. It said, we need a little time to confirm what we're seeing. And this was via El Mercurio. We must remember that he's been injured for a year, and this is not seen in 1 or 2 months. After that, we will make a joint decision, which depends on the two parties, because this is our decision and then his. But I want to make it clear that there's nothing settled. To this day, we're delighted with him. He added, he's preparing for the future. He could have gone into another club and play every game. Here, he is talking all experience, collecting everything he has lived, especially in Barcelona and Manchester, to become a great manager. So that was from Cheeky Begiristan, who made a comment all about Bravo and whether Bravo will stay in the future or whether he's going to leave or whether he's going to stay around. Maybe he'll become Man City's goalkeeping coach. Who knows at the end of the day. So just finally, let's just go quickly back and have a quick look, see who's saying whatever on here. Who would you be your dream signing? Who would be my dream signing, Sama? I've got to go for Mbappe. Edward Dineen, Bravo's garbage, get rid. No, that's harsh, Edward. Hi, Andy. Just been listening to Sam Lee on Esteem Company. They were laughing at City fans that dared to speak up about conspiracies in football, blaming Bernardo for racism too because he's white. Yeah, sadly, I did see that. Yeah, didn't come across that well, if I'm being honest. He's done a lot of good for us, but don't forget Sam Lee's a United fan. Mingy Wong, Bravo isn't a good keeper, so he's only playing in the League Cup. God, come on, Mingy. Let's be honest. Bravo's great on his day. He is Kiam. You know, look what he did for us, and getting us through sort of like, you know, FA Cup, Carabao Cup rounds on his day. He's been superb. Don't judge him on his first season. He was absolutely brilliant when he's played. No problem whatsoever with him. So I think it's harsh. Was talking about Bravo, not Sam Lee. Okay. Pre-season beast. Bravo has been very good for us in the last couple of matches. He has danked City, absolutely spot on. Don't get the Carson low. No English. It's the only reason. Ivers on Bravo, not a good keeper. So funny, these City fans. Bravo, not a good keeper. What, are you agreeing that he's not a good keeper? I think he's a good keeper. I think we bought him, Alex, as Kiam. I don't know what. So either, are you saying he's a good keeper or a bad keeper? I think he's a decent keeper. What do you, Sam? So what do you think of the hashtag Pep out going viral? Garbage. Not City fans. Not City fans at all. Don't go to games. Just social media. You know, thumbnail. Bloody thumb, blah, 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 crap. Absolute garbage. Ignore it. They're not City fans. Do people forget the Community Shield final earlier this season? Yeah. Ivor says he's a very good keeper. And yeah, he is a very good keeper. There's no doubting about it. Kiam says Bravo's good keeper. He's better than most in the Premier League. He is. He's a very, very good keeper. People just take it from that first season that he had. And I've done a video on it on the Man City Fan TV channel, and I did a video all about it saying, look, most of the shots, it was like, oh, one shot, one goal. Most of those he could never, ever save. They were like headers from 3 yards out. I mean, it's like, oh, statistics show one shot, one goal. There was nothing he could do about it. Bravo's a good keeper, a very good keeper. I prefer Edison, don't get me wrong. Joe Hart is better than Bravo. No chance. No chance. Andy, thoughts on England losing 1-2 yesterday? Didn't watch it. Not interested in the slightest in international football. Alexander, don't care. Not bothered about it. He was a great shot stopper, but no distribution. Spot on, Kiam. Reese, let's not forget his League Cup campaigns. No formidable or double without Bravo. Fact, kept us in the League Cup. Spot on, Reese. You said it all that I need to say. Right, finally, last point going to talk about before I go, and that is our one player, and that is Taylor Harwood-Bellis. So, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, according to this article, which is part of Football Fancast's opinion series, which provides analysis, insight and opinion on any issue within the beautiful game, from Paul Pogba's haircuts to League Two relegation battles, they're talking about after the departure of Vincent Kompany in the summer and the subsequent injury to Laporte early in the Premier League campaign, Man City's decision not to sign a centre-back has come back to haunt them already. Just 8 games into the season and the Citizens have already lost twice, both of them in shock fashion against newly promoted Norwich and struggling Wolves. The main concern, their defensive fragility. Pep Guardiola's men conceded a combined 5 goals across the 2 matches, and it was in no small part down to City's boss' decision to play Nicolas Otamendi and Fernandinho as centre-back partnerships. Reports in recent weeks have claimed the club are eyeing up a defensive reinforcements with Benfica's Ruben Diaz considered to be a target, but surely City would be wise to learn from their own mistakes. Jadon Sancho left the Etihad for Borussia Dortmund in search of more regular first-time opportunities, whilst Phil Foden may find himself in a similar position sooner rather than later. And with that in mind, Guardiola simply has to give 17-year-old starlet Taylor Harwood-Bellis a chance to shine at centre-back. His record and performances at academy level are exemplary, and as well as saving the club a bucket load of money in the transfer window, they will be showing their young players that there really is a clear route into the first team. The 6'2" teenager has captained England under-17s at the European Championships and was part of the City backline that reached the FA Cup Youth Final last season. The pedigree's there for all to see, but Guardiola seems oblivious to it all. I'm sure he's oblivious to it. The City boss has made a big song and dance about how brilliant Foden is, and while that's all well and good, he hasn't really delivered on his words. The 18-year-old has barely featured this season, making just 4 appearances and finds several big money signings standing his way. Howard Bellis, on the other hand, has no such competition. What must he be thinking, when he sees his manager continue to place his trust in blundering Nicholas Otamendi, or attempting to convert a 34-year-old midfielder into a centre-back if he doesn't get an opportunity to play in the midst of City's defensive crisis? Just when will he be given a genuine chance? The club have already been burned by seeing Sancho go. Now they simply cannot afford the same to happen with Taylor Howard-Bellis. Well, I must admit I can't agree with parts of that. But what are your thoughts? Garcia, Howard-Bellis. Who's up there? We're missing a bit of height at the back. Howard-Bellis is 6'2", 6'3". Garcia is 5'10". Who would you rather have coming in? Would you rather? And if I'm honest, I think Pep will still stick with Otamendi when John Stones comes back. Maybe even rest Rodri and put Fernandinho in midfield. But what are your thoughts on that particular one before I go? Hi Andy, sorry I'm late, don't worry Brian. I called them spineless racist little boys amongst other things. Kiam says, I'd throw Taylor Howard-Bellis in straight away starting. Let the kids sink or swim. It's the only way. Kiam Bravo is 5'10" keeper. Edison is consistently. No way is a Bravo a 5 out of 10 keeper, Edward. No chance. Alexander Savage, either disgusting fans indeed, but say kiss my feet before you talk to me. Third world boy is an insult to their nationality. Ooh, what's that all about? I was 4 foot away from the Dynamo fans, pal. I'll say what I want. Disgusting fans. Well, there you go. If you're there and you see it and you hear it, you're entitled to comment on it. If you're not, then all it is lip service and hearsay. Edward, are you even a City fan, says Kian. Edward Denham, I knew he had a disaster but start, but hope he would play more. I would love the academy to be that solution to certain problems, but not sure we have the kind of manager. It's chauvinistic, says Alexander. Freedom of speech, mate. Predictions before Spain, Greece. Not interested, mate, I'll be honest. Kian, yes, but I have Wenger as my profile because he's my favourite manager with Pep. What? Joking, aren't you? Why would you not have Wenger over Pep? Why have you not got Pep then if you're a City fan? I'm not talking about the right to talk, but the way one's using it. Kenwood says Garcia over Stones. Edward says Garcia and Stones. Much as I love him, I won't go with the kids. Garcia is better, but my City bias wants to see Bellis. Interesting point. Anyway, listen. Sandy from Man City Fan TV, just giving you a very quick roundup of today. I want to say a massive thank you. It is a very quick one, so I do apologise. But it's Saturday evening and I've got stuff on and I've got a curry to make. So take care, enjoy. Thank you for coming on and giving your comments. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to Man City Fan TV. Click that bell notification. That way, every time there's a new video that comes out, you'll be notified immediately. And tomorrow, we're doing our brand new podcast. That's coming out tomorrow. I'm going to record it with some guests. And then Kiam is going to take over the whole podcasts. And we've got a new format, new structure, and everything else coming soon. So I'll be chatting to Kiam tomorrow on the podcast, and we've got some guests coming on, some new guests, and we're going to talk all things Manchester City. So guys, make sure you're around tomorrow night. Don't forget, comment below the video if you're interested in being on the podcast. All you have to do is send me an email, and what I'll do is I'll put it down here. And that is mcfcfantv@gmail.com. So if you want to be involved, all you have to do is send me later on to see either. All you have to do is send me an email. And if you want to come on, the podcasts are going to only be about an hour long. We're keeping them short and sweet. They're going to come out every week after the games and things like that. But tomorrow, I'm going to do a quick introductory podcast with some guests on here. So anyway, Sandy from Man City Fan TV. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night. Whatever you're doing, I'm off to make my curry. and we'll see you soon.